Often, when you are referencing, you will come across sources that have multiple authors, especially journal articles in the sciences. So this video will show you how to create and format both in-text citations and the full bibliographic reference for a source with more than 3 authors in the Coventry University Harvard style. Here we have 2 examples. The first has 32 authors, while the second has a more manageable 6. Obviously, this will be a lot of words to include in your document, and so to save words, there is a unique way of formatting in-text citations for sources with more than 3 authors. You only need to use the surname of the first author, followed by et al. Et al is a Latin abbreviation which means "and the rest." Because it is Latin, it must be italicized, and because it is an abbreviation, it must have a full stop at the end. So an in-text citation will include just the surname, et al, and then the date in brackets. Here we see what that looks like in the text. The only information that you need to include is the surname of the first author, et al in italics and with the full stop, and then the date. There's no comma, no initials, and when the page number is included, there's no P before the number. The next part of referencing a source with more than 3 authors is the list of references, which is fairly repetitive. These are the elements of a reference for a source with many authors. As these are mostly journal articles, we have used this as the main example. The most important thing to remember is to keep the names in the same order as they are listed on the article. So let's put this together. We need the first listed surname, followed by a comma, followed by the author's initial, and then a full stop because their name has been abbreviated. This is then followed by another comma, and this separates the names. Then comes the second surname, then the comma, initial, full stop, and comma again. For brevity, we've skipped a few here, but each goes in the same format. And when you have entered the second to last name, you then put and. Then comes the final surname, and the rest, comma, initial, full stop, and then the date in brackets. And then the rest of the reference is formatted exactly the same as you would for whatever type of source it is. And here we have our final reference. All the authors are separated by commas, and then the final author is introduced with the and. You can also see that the reference has what's called a hanging indent, where the bottom line is indented from the top line. This is to make your full list of references easier to read. There is also no full stop at the end of the reference. And that's how to cite and reference a source with more than 3 authors. For the full guide to Coventry University's Harvard referencing system, please see our website. And for any queries, please contact the Centre for Academic Writing.